Record. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the PETx podcast on the one and only PETx network. I am your host, Wayne. These are my two lovely co-hosts, Talisa and Lita. How are y'all today,
Hey,
ladies?
hey y'all, Rich Risings.
All right. So, as always, we are three entrepreneurs in the pet care space, just having a candid conversation about entrepreneurship in the pet industry. So, it's just a matter of us just really connecting and hopefully something that we talk about, within our story or something that we share inspires you as entrepreneurs, as leaders, as business owners in this space. And we want to be able to just connect with everybody, honestly, because we all need help somewhere. It's just a matter of talking about it. So today, we're going to be talking about something that I feel like, and we feel like, is very important because I get asked all the time, how do you balance it all? How do you balance being a family man? How do you balance owning a business? How do you balance running a nonprofit? How do you balance starting other ventures? And I think that that's something that just creating balance, if if you can, is something that's important as an entrepreneur and as a business owner. So let's have that conversation. What's going on?
Um, I'll start. I just want to be as honest as possible and transparent and blunt. That's how I come. Um, Balance is like I feel like that's the biggest lie of entrepreneurship. When
You
people
know, and I
say
no, and
that
I was
there's
gonna say
work
that. I was gonna say there is no balance.
there is no balance. So let's just start the whole conversation off with that. You know what I mean? And I was watching a podcast one day with the dude that created Jimmy John's.
Yeah.
And he even said that. And he was like cursing and everything, which is so funny to me because he was like basically like beat balance. He was basically like F balance. He was like, there's no balance in entrepreneurship when you're in, especially in the beginning. And he's right. Because I remember like literally being underneath the covers in the middle of the night when I first started my business. And my husband was like, you need to go to sleep because I'm up at like 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning answering DMs, like answering Facebook messages, posting on my page, like writing emails, hiring more pet sitters. Like I was up in the middle of the night for, I want to say maybe the first, oh shoot, but year of my business.
Yeah.
It was grind time. It was go time. Was I still a wife and a mom? Of course I was. You know what I mean? I still worked it out because I'm a multitasker and I'm a woman and I'm a mom. You know what I mean? That just comes naturally. But would I say that there were some things that, you know what I mean, didn't get as much as attention during that time frame of me growing my business? Definitely.
100%.
Definitely. And that's where the support of your family comes in and they come in and say, hey, you've been grinding. It's time to take a break. And
Yeah.
sometimes you do have to listen to your support system, even your friends, you know what I mean? So I just want to say that because I feel like some entrepreneurs get into this game and or pet pros in general, like we're just talking about them specifically, but it relates to all entrepreneurs. Sometimes you get into entrepreneurship thinking that you're going to be able to figure out I'm going to work, you know what I mean, from this time to this time and that's it, and I'm going to spend time with my family, and it just doesn't work out like that in the beginning, and it's okay. And I want to say that because I feel like a lot of people be cap on the internet when they don't say that. Right.
Lisa?
Um, for me, I do have a balance, but I sacrifice for it.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me turn my audio down. I sacrifice for it because the whole point of this for me was to be more of a present parent
Hmm.
and to be able to do things without having to ask permission to do them.
Feel that.
Because to me, like requesting off is crazy. I'm not requesting. I'm letting you know I'm not gonna be here.
Yeah.
That
Like, and
part.
as an adult, why do we have to Like, of course, like there needs to be some type of policy around it. But why is it a request? Like
Right.
if you in a corporate company and they tell you you got, I don't know how many ever PTO days, like why do I have to ask for the
Right.
days you already said you were giving me? Let me just let you know within a reasonable amount of time. But then they can go back and deny the request.
That's
It's
the
That's
part.
why
crazy to
that's why
me.
PTO is prepared of others rather than
Right.
Right.
any time off. Because I'm telling you I'm not going to be here. So as an
Right.
adult,
And
prepare
like
for me not to be there.
and
Right.
like with where I was working when I first had my kid, it was cool because like they knew like if I'm asking off, then I really need it off. I don't be asking to go off because somebody finna have a party and I don't want to come to work.
Right.
So
Mhm.
they always gave me the days that I asked for. But for when I went to switch over and I was working in a salon and trying to build my clientele simultaneously, that was the first time I ever had two jobs, and that was crazy. That was crazy. Um, so that was hard to balance because I was trying to build clientele after the hours of working in a salon. And
Yes.
then my daughter had the audacity 4 years ago to be like, to tell her teacher I ain't never at home. And I was just like, damn, like that was the whole point, right, Talisa?
Yeah.
To to be home.
Right. Right.
When your kid needs you. So then I was like, hey, bruh, we gonna cut this salon stuff short. We gonna make this entrepreneurship twerk because I
Right.
can't be hearing stuff like that. Like that's legit the whole point.
Yeah, the
But
freedom.
So
now, but in the beginning, that's kind of what, like, I'm sure she understands now, right? But like in the
oh yeah,
beginning,
for sure. I mean, she's
yeah,
she's 12 now.
Right.
I mean, and again, so when we first start, we want to say yes to everybody. We want to be everywhere. We want to make all
Everything.
of the money. This freedom is new. I get to, make my own schedule. I get to make my own prices. I get to learn so much. I get to be on the road. So it's new, it's fresh, it's exciting,
Hmm.
but yeah, I mean, in the beginning, there's no balance when it comes
There's
to
no
it. I mean, there's
balance.
no balance anyway, but it's just like we're dedicating so much time to really building something and building this brand because now I have to rely on this 100%,
Right.
other than like just showing up and just clocking in and that's it, you
Yeah.
know. If
Yeah.
we work, we work. If we don't, we don't. We're still on the clock. But
Yeah.
no, you're relying on yourself 100% on making a paycheck and paying your bills.
Yeah.
Right.
And
And
my goal,
I feel like it's seasons too. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
for sure.
I feel like we in the beginning, I was grind, right? And then I came to a point where I was like, okay, I'm grinding too hard and I'm about to burn myself out. Now it's time for me to get a team. Now it's time for me to have a schedule individually, where I can spend more time with my husband. I can spend more time with my daughter. You know what I mean? And I feel like every time I decide to grow though, the balance gets off again.
It shifted, yeah, every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
No, and I so that to me sounds like intentional boundaries,
Yeah.
right? You set those intentional boundaries, like Talisa said. So I became an entrepreneur, a business owner to spend more time at home with my child.
Hmm.
I became a business owner or an entrepreneur because I wanted to spend more time with family. I wanted to control the time that I had so that I can spend more time with my loved ones and and whoever, right? Um, but I mean, it sounds great.
Mm.
Oh, I do, but like I said, it's sacrifice
It is a
Right.
because
sacrifice.
like there are moments where I'm like, damn, I could be working.
Right. Same.
Like, for instance, this past weekend, Kenzie had her first gymnastics meet for the season, and she has the privilege of having the team mom as her mother.
Yeah.
Yay.
So,
Congratulations.
girl,
That's such an honor.
ain't
That's such
listen, I've been teen mom for years. It's not glamorous by any means, and I try to pass it on, but at every team meeting, the coach is like, if you need anything, talk to your team mom, Miss Talisa. And I'm like, yeah, here, hey.
You're
y'all
like,
should do a
great. Right.
pass the baton ceremony.
Ah,
Like,
oh, do I wish.
Yes.
But with that being said, her meet, she didn't perform till 5 o'clock on Saturday. So
mhm,
truthfully, I could have went to work on
Yeah.
Saturday. I could
Yeah.
have worked a full day and made it
Right.
to the gymnastics meet. But
yeah.
because it was a home meet, you know, Team Mom fills the gaps. Anything that don't get done, need to get done. Hey,
Mhm.
Talisa, can you do? So I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off at 6 o'clock a.m. on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Eh.
I logged 14 volunteer hours on Saturday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
So, when I could have logged 8 T3 hours
Yeah.
Right.
Working
and made
hours
a
for
cute
sure.
Insane.
little chunk of change on a
Right.
Saturday.
Right.
Yeah.
And
But
in these streets, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
So there are definitely sacrifices that get made because I decide to prioritize parenting over,
right.
everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's so good though, Talisa.
I
That's a
look
good
at the
one.
numbers and I'll be like, damn, Talisa, you ain't have to take the whole week off to go to Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
You could have just went down the day before the meet, the day of the meet, and came back the day after. You ain't have to take the
See,
whole week.
but
Yeah.
see, the thing is, you be working all the time. Like you work all the time, so it's like I need that
Break.
time to really
Yeah.
like get back to myself, so
The
that I
mental
can
break.
still, yeah, you need a mental break.
Hmm.
Because you're so
And
now
that's
you
how I
do,
justify it, just like that. Man, I ain't
yeah,
had no vacation all year, and we about to go for a
exactly.
trip just a little bit.
Right.
Go.
Exactly.
You're there a few days before the meet. You get to sit in the sun and enjoy yourself and everything like that. Now, when you're there, you are like, yeah, I could have worked today.
I could have worked.
I,
Yeah, that I
Especially when
well,
you're
you know
there
I
and
what?
they
could have
got no
made some
plans to
money
do
today.
nothing and you just sitting.
Yeah,
I
I could have made
honestly
some
feel
money.
like
That's what people think I'm crazy about taking. Like, I'll take my iPad. I might leave my
Oh
laptop,
no.
but I'll take because if I'm if I'm
I
just
don't even
sitting
take
there.
my computer.
I
Look, if I'm
commit.
just sitting there,
I might
see,
regret
I
it,
have a
but I
problem with
commit.
commitment when it comes down to that. Because like
Mm-mm.
I at least need to try to do something. Like I'm
No.
like I need to.
No,
If
I'm
I'm
a
just sitting
unplug.
there, I'm
Yeah,
just
and you
sitting
gotta
there. Like,
unplug.
mhm. Okay,
Yeah.
I mean, there's scheduled unplugged times
No,
for
but
sure.
Wayne, if you're on
However,
vacation, it's unplugged, period. You have to
Yeah.
unplug.
oh,
Like I
after that,
literally don't bring my laptop because
yeah,
I know me. You know what I mean? Like I'm
that's why I
gonna be
got
like,
my iPad.
okay, iPad, laptop. I don't if I have to log into something. And even though I
Uh,
know I can log in on my phone, I just turn off the notifications. I leave my laptop at home. Like, because I know if I bring that laptop or bring something, I'm going to touch it. A client's going to
For
text me and
sure.
I'll be like, dang, let me just look at this real quick. No, you can't do that. That's not fair to your significant others. It's not
Your
fair to your
family,
children.
friends,
Yeah, your
whoever it
family
is
and
you out
friends.
with.
It's just not fair. And I had to learn that too. Like that was always really, really hard for me.
now what
I
if they're
really
asleep?
yeah.
What if they're
I'm
sleeping?
about
I'm
to
up
hang up
doing
this
nothing.
Zoom, Talisa.
What if they're sleeping? I'm up. Everybody's doing nothing. Everybody's just asleep, and I'm
So
just
what you're
up
saying
sitting there.
is you don't really need a balance, is what you're saying. You just want to be the
Wayne is that guy,
workaholic
says
that you
F
are.
balance.
Is that what you're saying?
I want
F
to be what?
balance for
What you said?
Wayne.
You just want to be the workaholic. You don't need the balance, is what you're saying.
No, it's not even about being a workaholic. I think it's more
Yes,
so
it is.
feeling the time that stuff can get done with stuff that can get done. Like
But why do you why do you
if
why do
I'm
you
well
have a
rested and every
manager?
huh?
Why do you have a manager if you
Here
feel
we
like
go
you need to
again.
do things while you're on vacation?
Well, this is not all just happy hearts. It's not just all just the grooming company. There at least I got like 5 businesses.
Why?
Because I'm going to be a millionaire. Okay? Okay? Okay, I'm tired. I'm tired of budgeting
But
this
but
money.
millionaires
Okay, I'm
delegate.
tired. Okay, I need
I'm
all
gonna
of
tell
this
you
to
like I
work
tell
out the way
everybody
it needs
else.
to be because
Focus on making one grade and then move on.
everything's
Hmm.
gonna be great.
Having a whole bunch of starter kits is crazy.
We're having this conversation with Wayne again.
On the
Look,
internet.
on the internet.
We on live too, right?
Yep, sure is.
That's crazy.
Oh, we're on TikTok live?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't even know we were on live. I
That's
didn't
crazy.
look,
and
listen.
that is perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. And I'm working. So Happy Hearts it's on its way to great. Okay, we are
And
good, but
Happy
it's
Hearts
on
can
its
be
way to
on its
great.
way to great.
Yeah.
But the people that you invited into your life should have the opportunity to experience you unbothered and uninterrupted.
Yep,
They're asleep.
it
You
doesn't
should be
matter,
asleep
Wayne.
too, next to your
Right.
wife and your kid.
I was just about to say that. Why can't you go to sleep?
I got things to do.
But
See,
you know,
See,
they
look,
say eight
we
hours
just
is
talked
like
about see, we just talked about
they
how
just
there is
but they
no
said eight
balance.
hours.
Okay. There's no
Oh no, I
balance.
believe in a balance.
No,
I think
you
I'm
have
the only one
intentional.
here that
So
does.
you have intentional boundaries and intentional balance, right? So
100%.
great. So it's like, look, if I'm sitting around doing nothing, I don't want to take a nap. I can't leave the room. I'm not doing anything. If I'm able to do
Why you can't leave
something,
the room?
yo.
because what am I leaving the room for? What am I going to do? Everybody
Let me
sleep,
tell you
or everybody's
something.
just sitting around doing nothing.
Let me tell you something. I was in Mexico with some friends and my kid back in July. I woke
Uh-huh.
up before everybody, so you know what that means? I went and had breakfast before everybody. I was sitting by the pool before everybody. Why you can't leave the room? You can shoot a text message that they'll see when they get up. Hey, I'm here. Hey, I'm here. Hey, I'm
Uh-huh.
here. Why, why I gotta miss out on my vacation? Because I woke up before everybody else.
Okay, well, next time I go on vacation and everybody's sleeping, I could just leave the room. I'll leave the room and I'll send out a text message.
But also, don't take your laptop with you when you leave the room, weirdo.
No, I'm not gonna take I'm gonna leave my laptop at home. I'm gonna take my iPad.
Look at you scratching your head because you think it's a difference between a laptop and a iPad.
Talisa,
There's no saving Wayne, so I'm done with this conversation.
right.
I can read. I can read on my iPad.
What's
I
the next
could.
topic?
No, this is the top.
It
This is
can't
the
I'm
be.
gonna go
creating a
back.
work life
I'm gonna go back to
somehow.
what
But you're not though. You're talking about creating a work-life balance somehow, but you're not even willing.
Well, or is there a balance? Is there a balance? But the thing is I am willing to have a balance within all the things. It's just how come everybody has different points of views.
For
Everybody has
sure.
different points of views. Right. Okay. Like y'all just said, if everybody sleep, okay, you can leave and you can go explore and do your thing or whatever the case may be, send out a text message or whatever. Sometimes there's not the luxury of just leaving. You got to wait around till everybody's up or you plan the next thing and y'all get to go do the same thing. However, sometimes you don't want to take a nap. You don't want to sit there and do nothing and just scroll endlessly. If I'm scrolling endlessly
Then
on
why are we
TikTok,
on vacation if you don't want to do nothing? I
no,
mean,
if everybody's
if
sitting
you
around,
okay with, I'm
well, I mean,
confused.
it's vacation. Do we have to do something all the time on vacation too?
No, but you're
This is
saying you
this
don't
is
want to
the
not do
so
nothing.
the thing is this is the time that everybody is sleep and napping. It's not like I'm saying we're all sitting around up doing nothing. This is the time that everybody's sleep doing absolute like everybody is asleep. So it could be whether they're taking a nap during the day because we woke up and did something, came back, they took a nap. Or it could be late at night and I'm not tired yet. Like I feel like it's okay to check in with what I have going on for like 15, 20, 30 minutes, not something that's just like, oh,
He
we're
went
sitting
from 15
around
and 20
doing
to 30
nothing.
minutes, which turns
You
into
know,
an hour and a half, 2 hours.
everybody's like, we're
do
sitting
you
here
know what
looking at each
QT
other.
means?
Huh?
Do you know what QT means? Do you know what quality time means?
It's quality time.
Oh,
Quality time.
part of
Get
quality
this,
time.
we're not, oh,
Listen, hold
wait,
on, hold on. Let me just say
bruh.
this to
Yeah,
you because I
you know,
understand where you're coming from. Wayne. I
That's right.
understand very well where you're
We
coming
have to
from.
also be mindful that Wayne is a man.
Yeah, and I get that, and it's like,
Thank you.
and I
Thank you
think
for
that
understanding that. I
that's
guess.
the that's it too, Talisa, right there. But it's like, I get it because I'm a grinder, I'm a hustler too, right? So I totally 100% understand what you're talking about. I understand. I've had those experiences where I had to turn my brain off on vacation because I wanted to work the whole time. I got caught up in a text message, caught up in an email, caught up in a Facebook DM, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I've been there before. But what I had to understand is my family, and friends, whoever I'm with on vacation or spending quality time with
Yeah.
requires like intimacy, right? And what intimacy means, it doesn't just mean like you being physically there, right?
Mhm.
It also means that you're being mentally there too. And I think in my brain, I'm like, I'm here. Like, hello, like you asked me to come, I'm here. But to them, they're like, even like Serenity had said this to me one time. I think I can't remember where. I think, it was her friend's birthday party. I'll never forget this. And she was like, I took her to the birthday party, but I'm over here in my DMs messaging clients, right? And she literally said one time to me, she said, Mommy, you're not even paying attention. And I'm like, and that shit hit home to me. I'm not even gonna lie. Because it's like she knows and she's aware. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter if
you're
she's
not
playing with
present.
her friends that I'm not mentally present with her.
Yeah.
So I think in our mind, we're thinking we're doing it while they're asleep or while they're not paying attention, but they are. And people sometimes don't say nothing because they respect the fact that we're bosses, but that is important to them. So I think it's just the practice for all of us when we're talking about balance is when we decide to go on vacation, we decide to spend that quality time with our family and friends, that we are not just physically there, but we are mentally there. And
True.
that's completely unplugging, that's completely turning off, like that's completely just being in the moment, you know what I mean? And that kind of stuff, especially with our kids, like all of us have kids here on this phone, that kind of stuff, we can't get that time back. Once it's gone, it's gone. When they turn 18, you know what I mean, there's nothing, we can't get those sweet little moments back. We can't get that one little video and picture back. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That we miss because we're on our phones messaging a client. You know what I'm saying? Like we can never get those moments back. So I just feel like it's important as entrepreneurs that we are mentally and physically present at the same time. For
Yeah.
real. And we have to learn that.
And I was
Yeah,
just
I agree.
thinking because like we sitting here talking about kids, but like love and relationship matter too.
It
Like,
do. It do.
cause why them kids sleep, Wayne? You and Camille could go sneak on the patio, get you a quick one in. You know what I'm saying? Like, why
Period.
everybody sleep? So
Period. You can
you know
wake her
what
up when she
I'm
sleep.
saying? Like, you ain't gotta be sitting here like do sneaking under the glow
This
of
is
the
a
iPad
family. This is
because
a
away
family
messages
friendly
exist.
podcast. Okay.
Away
It is not
messages
family friendly.
This is a family friendly
Man, whatever.
recording.
3 people watch this damn thing. Anyway,
We're on live, so Lisa. How many people are on live with us?
Uh, three.
see what I'm
Okay.
talking about? That number just popped up out my head. 3,
No,
okay?
but look,
But
but
seriously
when you
though,
end the live,
like,
it'll be more
love and
than three.
relationship matter too. And we gotta make time for the people we say matter. Like the people that we invited into our lives, we gotta make sure they matter because if they not into entrepreneurship, they already don't get it.
Yeah, they don't.
Like they
That
can
that's
they
the
can
first
say
hump
all
day.
they
Which
want.
definitely makes it difficult.
Yeah, that's the
They
first
can
hump to get
say all
over.
they want that they get it, but if you don't bring your work home with you, if you ain't got to try to figure out how to make your paycheck, you ain't gonna get it.
Right.
So like,
Especially like you just said, especially those of us that are entrepreneurs that are dating somebody that works on W-2 and salary or 9 to 5ers, like people like to say.
hmm
And then
It's a totally different mindset. It's a totally different lifestyle. And it's I want to just clarify, it's no knock to them. You know what I mean? It's just
Mhm.
the mindset is different. You know what I mean? So it's like it's just it requires a lot. And it requires a lot of love and attention and details and caressing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like for
No, and
real.
then and
But
that's
I
why
also need to be curious too, damn it. Like
no, for sure.
I
Because my
need you to
mind is
ask me
always
about my
working.
day.
I'm always working. I need,
I need
you
you to ask me about my
you
day,
need that
boss.
intimacy. You need that physical touch, right? Now, and like you said, right, it's a totally different mindset when you're with somebody who is 9 to 5 versus somebody who is a business owner and entrepreneur. Like you two as women, it's you are the bread and butter. Like you make the money for your family, so you get it, and then all of us if we are not working, we don't necessarily always have money just coming in. And me, as the leader, the head of the family, top of whatever, right?
The provider, right?
The provider of the family, like I'm always thinking about ways for money to come in so that I can provide for my family. Because once the money comes in, I don't have to stress about, the money coming in. That therefore awards me time and that for awards me peace. And I can be checked in, and things like that. Now, granted, it sucks because you're making that sacrifice in the beginning and you're making that sacrifice along the lines of your journey into whatever success looks for you because like you said earlier, Lita, there's a point in time in which you become complacent and comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
until it's time to get to the next level. And then now when you get to the next level or when you're striving to get to the next level, things become uncomfortable again and you have to sacrifice time, you have to sacrifice peace, you have to sacrifice happiness in order to get to a level of comfortability in that new level, right? Until it's time to get to the next one. So, as the man and as the provider, like I'm just like, look, I do have to figure out when there are times in which I can sneak some work in because hey, look, I have to make sure everything is being ran. But then it makes sense like you can trust your team and you can trust, that things are being held up to your standard while you're gone, but it really depends on the level of success that you have. It depends on what your business structure and organization looks like. It depends on your team. It depends on so many different factors when it
Wayne
comes
is
down
making
to it.
a
So
lot of
like
excuses to say
it's
that
not,
he a
it's not
workaholic.
excuses. It's real life. It's real life, and that
Wayne,
it's
let me explain
see.
something. Let me
That's why as a
systems.
man, it's
Somebody
hard
on the
to
live
sit
said,
here and
"What
have
is
these
work-life
conversations
balance?"
because you sit here no, it's not fair because I don't see it as an excuse. I don't see it as real life. This is real life stuff.
That's because you
Okay,
don't have no
so it's
systems
like
in place for when
no,
you go away. Because
there's systems
away
in place for happy
messages,
hearts.
setting
There's
up
systems.
away messages for emails, setting up
Oh yeah,
away
see, I don't do that.
messages for text message,
I
Oh
just
my
automated.
don't check.
gosh.
See, I just don't
Because
check emails. I get stressed
none of
out with
that stuff,
emails.
none of that stuff is emergent. None of it.
No,
Uh,
some of it can be. Some of it can be. Some
there
of
is
it definitely can be.
nothing going on at Petlanta where somebody needs to hear from you by end of business day. You can set up an away message and be like, "Hey, I'm out of office until this day. If you
Yeah,
need me, you can call, but it better be
it
my
better
building is burning down."
for sure. And that's so. And like you said, so they're because they're
The
different
pet is about to
entities. They're
die.
different, huh?
And even then,
Yeah,
I
right.
can't
Something like
help
that.
you because I'm out
So
the
yeah,
country.
yeah. I
Right.
can't do nothing for you. You better call the help, right? So
Right.
that's why
So even then, why are you
it's
calling me?
Right.
well, I mean, just good to keep me updated, right? It's great to keep me updated and keep me, in the loop of things when they're happening, So it's like it really depends on whatever it is. Like again, if there are times where we're asleep, nobody's doing nothing, it's super quiet, like I might sneak a look. But in front of everybody, we're out at dinner, we're having fun, we're going places. I'm not looking at my phone. I'm not
Why
looking
you
at my
talking
phone
in
because
circles?
I'm
He said this already.
no, well, I didn't say that part. I didn't say that part. I didn't say that part because I wanted y'all to specifically know, okay, when we are awake and we are doing something and I'm with the family, I am not
Wayne
looking
said he
at
not
my
waking up
phone.
his wife in the middle of
Okay.
the night for a little hunchy hunch because he want to be on the laptop and the iPad
He wants to
Yeah, I
be
gotta
on
make some
the
money.
instead.
I gotta see where the money at. Money calling.
Yo, Wayne is horrible, yo.
Absolutely terrible. I would never go on vacation with Wayne. Cause
I
he
no
gonna be on the
no
beach like, hold
no,
on, let me,
Talisa.
I
That's the
gotta,
thing. That's the thing. We
I
need
See,
just
to
I'm
go
got a
on
not touching it on the
vacation.
notification.
beach.
No,
See, on the beach,
Talisa,
no.
we need to go on vacation with him because we would actually be the ones that would make him vacation. We'd be like, give me a damn phone.
Look, I feel like if the one he
Yeah.
hunting on can't like grab his attention enough, ain't nobody gonna save Wayne. Can't nobody save Wayne.
See, that's an offline conversation, okay?
Okay. You know what? Let's change this up.
All
This is
right.
why they go.
Now let's
Talisa,
talk
you
about
asked why
burnout.
they go
What does
to
burnout look like? Okay.
you asked why they go to significant others and stayed on the kids. This is why.
Let's talk about burnout.
Okay, well
What
let me
does
Let's
let
time
me
off
let's go
talk
look
back to
about
the
like
me
in your
kids.
then.
life? Okay.
Let's talk about me then,
Yeah,
yeah?
yeah, because y'all love getting on my case
Okay,
about stuff.
let's talk about me. So I had a conversation with my kid the other day while we talking about work-life balance, right? I asked my kid, and I can't remember the context of the conversation or how he even got here, but I asked her, I said, so why do you think I'm single? And she said,
Oh Lord,
because you
I can
have
only imagine.
priorities.
Okay,
She said, because you have priorities.
that's a
Okay.
good
I
answer.
said, I said, what does that mean? And she was like, well, you got to make sure everything get done so I can have the life that I want. And I was like, you know what? Yeah.
Mm.
But also, like, I'm lonely because I'm thinking about you. And she was like, it's cool because you're going to have me forever. But no.
No, I'm not.
So,
Right.
and I think her word for priorities really mean boundaries.
Yeah.
But
Like,
I'm
I
just
mean,
like,
granted, it is
my
priority.
child think
She's a
I'm going to be
priority for
single
sure, but
forever because, like, I'm
she's a
parenting. And
priority. Yeah.
I don't want that for me.
Yeah.
Well,
Our
she
children
said
know that we're single
basically you're gonna be
moms.
single. You're gonna be single until she go to college.
And that
That's
shit's
what
crazy
she said.
because, like,
Because
I would say I'm
until
not
you have
trying
an
to
empty
be, but
nest,
like
that's what it looked like. Because when she goes to college, what you gonna do then?
I'm gonna move to Mexico.
And find you a nice little Mexican
I'm gonna
man
give me
and open up a tequila factory or
I
a
don't know about
tequila
that
farm,
Mexican man
agave.
part.
You never know. Y'all
She's
both
gonna find
hard
an
working.
American that lives in Mexico,
Okay.
just like her.
That might work.
Y'all
Yeah.
gonna be both
I'm gonna go
hard
get
working
me a dual
individuals.
citizenship in Mexico.
I'm about
And
to
all
go to
right,
Thailand.
well, when you open up T3 agave or T3 tequilas, let me know.
Her.
I'll invest.
But
T3
Okay? I'll
tequilas is wild.
I'm just
T3
like,
tequilas. Hey, that
everybody think I'm
nobody
gonna be
steals that.
single for the rest of eternity because I work for myself and
Now you
because
just
I'm
got
a
4 more
single
years.
parent. And I'm just like,
You,
y'all have to have more faith in me. Like I know
you just
I'm
got
not the
four or
nicest
five
person
more
in the
years.
world.
Just 4 or 5 more years. Just enjoy your life,
You
sis.
did say you
Okay?
got
It's ghetto
you
out here.
did you not say
Is the
that it's
trenches.
because I gotta pay my own
It
bills
is.
and take care of you?
See, bills, I said, is because we would travel a lot.
It's because I travel a lot. With who?
You.
Exactly. She has entered the chat.
She's saying you can't
Yeah,
travel with
she's
nobody
the
else but her.
priority. She's the priority, okay?
She said you
Huh?
can't
She's the
travel with nobody
priority.
else but her.
No,
So,
I don't know. Get out of my room. We're not gonna talk about that. Now she's throwing names out here, and I don't have time
Oh yeah, we can't do
for
that
those
yeah,
here.
no.
shenanigans.
We recording.
Right.
We,
We're recording and we're live.
We don't have time for
We're
those
live in five, four,
shenanigans.
three, two, one.
Get out.
no, but for real, I think, and like we talk, just been talking about, like just how do we get to that point where we are okay with taking that time? Or how do we know we're at that point where we're okay with just like taking that time to be like, I'm not going to do nothing? Like, I feel like when I'm at the point where I don't want to do anything, I do feel overwhelmed. Like, I'm just like, damn, I got a lot of stuff to do on my to-do list. I don't want to do anything. Right. So, to avoid that, I mean, I know systems and delegating the work and finding somebody else to help you out and take some things off of your plate, but when it is just you, like, it's like, when do I just be like, and I'm okay with taking a break and I'm not going to feel bad about taking a break because it's me, and
But
I have to
rest is a
keep
part
giving
of it
myself stuff.
though.
Yeah.
Rest is a part of the balance. Like rest is like we've all felt as entrepreneurs that we've had those moments where we like, I'm just gonna take a nap. And
Yeah.
and when you take a nap and wake up, the world just feels a little bit better. Or maybe a client DMs you and says, "Hey, I'm about to book my right now, or send me the invoice right now." You know what I mean? Whatever the case is. So
Yeah.
it's like sometimes I feel like we are the ones because it's in our head most of the time. It's a mental thing. So it's like we put the pressure on ourselves to feel a certain type of way, but a lot of times we just need to sit back and rest, and we do need to turn
Mhm.
our brains off. You know what I mean? To
Yeah.
In order for us to be continue to be successful, because when we get to that point of overworking, that's when mental health becomes a factor. You know what I mean? And it
100%.
not only,
Yeah.
affects you, but it affects everybody around you, including your team and including your clients and the pets that we work with. And our profession, it's important for our energy to be right in order for us to properly work with animals. You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
cannot have bad energy and bad juju, you know what I mean? Working with these animals, the animals can feel it. So I feel like it's important that we get that time and get that rest and sometimes even schedule it. I feel like if you're that type of person, you're the type of person that needs to schedule time off and turn my brain off. You know what I mean? Like, and some people don't because some people naturally know how to do it. But if you're that type of person that might be a little bit more type A, Wayne, then maybe you should you should schedule it. You know what I mean? Like I know there's something I look forward to on
Ouch.
Sundays. Like Sundays, I know I'm going to church. You know what I mean? I'm not
Yeah.
gonna look at my phone while I'm in church or after church. I'm gonna probably go get something to eat with my daughter or my family. Later on at night, I might watch reality TV. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that feeds my brain for the moment. I mean, I know people hate reality TV, but I do it intentionally. You know why?
Yeah.
Because
It's a good way to
I don't really have
disconnect.
a lot of drama in my life, so I like to watch it.
Yeah. It's a good way to decompress and to kind
Yeah,
of
I'm
just
decompressing.
step
I'm
away.
I'm laughing at it. I'm enjoying it. I'm looking at different things. And honestly, sometimes it's also inspiring because sometimes reality TV and people are doing things that I want to do one day. So it's like you gotta sometimes you just gotta be like, this is the day I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm not gonna, look at my phone. Even if a client does call, I'm gonna look at the call and I'm gonna call them back tomorrow, Monday morning, Money Monday.
And you mentioned scheduling those times. I think that that's important for somebody that's like uber busy, right? Because it's
Yes,
like today I was doing a rundown of all of the things that I need to do today, and I was just like, oh man, like I probably have like 45 minutes here or 30 minutes here or an hour here, and I'm just like I really do have like those days where I'm just like meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting. So it's like it's
same.
important to have like time blocks, like you said, to be like, look,
Yep.
from here to here, I'm not doing nothing. So like that during like most nights, most evenings, that is literally my, let's say 6:30 to 8:30, 9 o'clock. Like during that time we're cleaning, getting ready for tomorrow, doing homework, making sure the kids eat, doing
Yep.
dinner, spending time with them, maybe watching a movie, putting them to bed, whatever the case may be. And then once they go to bed, then it's like, okay, either I continue to do nothing or now it's like I can at least catch up on 1 to 2 tasks that need to get done. And then I'm trying to be in the bed by 11:30 because I need to get up in the morning to go to the gym and do it all over again.
And
So
you need to also spend time with your wife and sleep next to her.
absolutely.
Not the
So
things
there's
that you need to do the next day.
absolutely.
Right. That's a part of it. Like that's what I'm saying. Being mentally and
Camille girl, we
physically,
fighting for your
yeah.
marriage in here.
Right. I just like it's like that's what I'm saying. We got it's more than that. We think about everything that needs to be done from Monday through Friday or Monday through Saturday or whatever, or the next day, the next 24 hours. But it's like, okay, we do have to be in the moment sometimes. Because regardless of the fact, that stuff's gonna get done. We're entrepreneurs, and each and every one of us on this call right now are successful entrepreneurs.
For
You know what I
sure.
mean? We're not
Yeah.
struggling ones, you know? So it's like, which means, and it doesn't matter what degree of, you know what I mean, success you want to say. When I mean success, that means we get shit done. You know what I
We do.
mean? We
We
do. We
do.
get stuff
I'm
done.
As
Like,
proud of
church
us.
say.
No, I'm
yeah,
I'm literally proud of us because, and I was having a conversation with another business owner, and it was like we are really about to be in November. And
yeah.
it's so easy to get stuck in, I didn't do enough,
Mm-mm.
right? And it's just like when you sit down and actually breathe and look at it, you're like, yo, I really did a lot this year. Like I hit some goals. I may have not hit all of my goals, but I hit some goals. I networked, I grew my business. People know who I am. I'm still successful. The lights are still on. I'm able to eat. Like I have money in my pocket. I have money coming in. I have
Yeah,
appointments booked. I have people booked out. I have things going on, and people
yeah,
support me and people love what we're doing. And we have a bigger goal and vision in mind. So it's like I'm not stagnant.
yeah,
So it's like, even though I may feel behind, I'm not
yeah.
behind. Like it's just that feeling is like that's what keeps you going. And that's what
In your
that feeling
mind.
is like. I have to keep
Mhm.
going. I have to keep doing more. What's
Yeah.
next? I have to keep being busy, but it's like, bro, you just relax a little bit and be like, yo,
Yeah.
like I'm doing the damn thing. Like I'm
I'm
actually
hearing what
doing
you're
this.
saying right now. And not
You said
just
what?
saying it for the podcast and for TikTok. Did you hear what you just said to yourself?
No, I celebrate. I do celebrate the things that I do. I do celebrate. No, I will say that there are times where I will sit down and I'll disconnect and I'll be like, yo, I have done great work this year. I have done really good things this year. And granted, it's me telling me that, right? And like I love being able to go to a trade show and people know who I am. I love being able to get online and people support what we do. I love being able to have an event and other pet professionals come to the event and support it. I love being able to, impact others and help them grow their businesses and do what we need to do throughout the year. We have done a lot of great things this year. So I do give myself flowers in that retrospect, right? In hindsight, however, it's like I still got more time this year to get stuff done.
Yeah. Have you ever heard that saying, how do you eat an elephant?
One bite at a time.
That at a
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And I think that
So
that's entrepreneurship. I think we just need to take it one day at a time, one bite at a time. Can we have goals, dreams, aspirations? Of course we always will.
1,000%.
And it even and that's why I like to bring up Neo sometimes because his affirmations that I listen to sometimes in the morning or throughout my day is just like him. It's like motivational, right? And he'll say certain things like an entrepreneur mind, like he really is an entrepreneur, like he's like hardcore one, right? And he says, um, you reach your goal. What's next? You reach your goal. What's next? You reach your goal. What's next? That's he's literally saying that in the affirmation, and it is true because as entrepreneurs, we are constantly doing that. You say that you know what I mean. You want to be a millionaire and a billionaire or whatever the case is, but guess what? When you hit that $1 million mark, what's next?
2 million,
Because it's always going to be something next.
10
So it's
million.
like
We do.
yeah, it always is though. Always
Yeah.
is.
I was always told to figure out what you want your end game to be,
Mm-hmm.
like what you want to have achieved by your deathbed, and then work backwards.
Yeah.
And
For
then
sure.
just work on the stepping stones to that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think,
Um,
and I feel like that's a good guiding light. Like you just said that, like me, like y'all, I know like what your goals are and like what you want to do. And like mine with, the compound, right? So it's like, that's the ultimate goal. Like, so having that ultimate goal is like, yo, I'm not there yet. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm gonna take time for me and I'm a rest when I can, but I'm not there yet. Like my goals and aspirations and dreams are so big that it's like I'm not there yet. So until I get closer to that, until I can see that and grasp it and be like, hey, I'm there.
Yeah.
I can really attain this. It's like you work.
Yeah,
You work, you work until you get there.
definitely.
You do everything that you have to. You be uncomfortable until you get to that point. And I think that's where a lot of us may like, I don't know. It's not like I don't think that there's a misunderstanding, like you said, right? But I think that there's like you do have to take time for yourself in the meantime,
You do. You
because like
do.
you said, you have your dreams and you have your aspirations and you have your goals, and it's just like, how lazy do I reward myself? You know, how much time do I award myself before I'm like, nah, keep going. We ain't there yet. That
Yeah.
little voice is like, we ain't there
Yeah.
yet.
Because you don't want to
Yeah.
be, you don't want to get into the up, because approval addiction, or no, not approval addiction. What do they call it? Success addiction or something like that is a thing. Where it's like you keep chasing and chasing and chasing and chasing and chasing a goal, and you're never satisfied. And not saying that you should never be. I think it's more we shouldn't be content, but we
Yeah,
should
don't
be
get stagnant.
satisfied, right?
Yeah.
We shouldn't be content where it's just like, okay, well, I'm just comfortable, I'm gonna stay right here. But we should be satisfied, like when we get to a certain goal, like, oh, I'm
For sure.
satisfied that I made this goal. Like, I'm not even thinking about what's next at the moment. I'm just sitting in, okay, I did this
I
and
made it
it's
here.
good. Yeah, I made it here. Okay, yeah, now I can think of the next goal I want to reach. But it should always be it's still a finish line. You know what I mean? Once you reach
Yeah,
that goal, it's still a finish line. And you should stop right there and be like, and sit in it and be like, okay, now I'm ready to go to the next finish line.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
literally even told one of my clients that the other day because she was so like I helped her get into a home, you know what I mean? And she was so worried about I gotta get furniture. I'm like, I told her I said stop.
Yeah.
Like I was like, sit in your living room on the floor with a bottle of wine,
and be
$10
like,
wine,
yes,
and feel
girl.
it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Get you an air mattress from Walmart, like, and sit in your empty house and just thank God that you made it here.
yeah,
Most people cannot make it to that finish line. You know what I mean? So the furniture will come, the people will come, the whatever, all these things that you want to do to the home. I get you have big dreams, big goals. I get it, but just sit in it. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like for real. And I feel like that as entrepreneurs, we forget to do that sometimes.
I definitely
And
don't.
yeah, I used to do that in the beginning. I used to never sit in it. Now I definitely sit in it because I'm like, and even especially at the end of the year, like on New Year's, I have a tradition that I look at all of my content for the whole year.
Oh, hell
So that
no.
way I
I
can
got three
look
posts.
back.
That's all I got. That
Yeah,
wouldn't
like
take me long at all. Three
not
posts.
three posts. I can't. Okay, look at your what is it called? Your photo album then, Talisa, because you don't post it. Because your photo album is lit. I bet you if
Yeah.
I look at it right now. For real. But it's like,
Yeah.
I look at my content for the whole year and I'd be like, dang, okay. And I really jot down all the things that I accomplished that year. And that makes me sit in it.
Yeah.
For real.
No,
Okay.
it's important to set those times up where you can sit and reflect. Like you
Mhm.
said, we do so much, but there are times where we do have to be like, look, you've done enough. I am
Yeah.
enough. Now
Right.
it's just
I'm
a matter
worthy.
of yeah, it's like, okay, all of the things that I have put together and all of the things that I have made with these two hands, like now it's time to let it do its thing,
Yep.
because like you're planting plants. You can't rush a plant to grow. You got to sit there, you got to put it in the ground, you got to feed it, you got to water it, you got to do its thing. But you let time do its thing.
Yeah.
You let time let it grow. And this generation is people that's, we're looking for the immediate satisfaction.
Instant
So
gratification. Right.
yeah, instant gratification. There we go. And you get frustrated because you're not there yet.
Mm-hmm.
And so then they quit, or you get overwhelmed, or you get, super stressed out and stuff. I'm like, entrepreneurship is manageable stress.
It is. It is.
You
It's so
either take
manageable.
on more, because it's like you either take on more or you take things away, but you control how much you take on. You don't
Yeah.
have to deal with the rude clients. You don't have to deal with working every single day. You don't have to
There's a
work.
lot you don't have to deal with.
There's a lot that you don't have to do, but it's like
Yeah.
you either choose to do it because you understand like some of this stuff is a sacrifice for later success,
Right.
but you have more control on what stresses you out,
You
right?
do.
So it's like you want that instant gratification, and because you don't have, that, then it's like,
Yeah.
well, how do I get to that level? How do I feel, like I'm successful, and how do I feel like I'm there and things like that? And it's like the answer to some is like you just keep working. You just keep
Yeah.
showing up. You keep being consistent. You keep, learning. You keep networking. You keep talking about it, because the more you talk about it, the more you affirm that, hey, this is the life that I want, and this is what
Yeah.
I deserve.
Yeah.
But it's like it takes a
Mhm.
lot.
It
It's a
does.
lot.
And
It's a
Y'all
lot.
know,
And
mm,
I'm sitting here thinking, right? And this might be a little too heavy for the internet, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
uh-huh.
So
okay.
I'm sitting here thinking, like, so last year I hit 100,000 for the first time, and like that should have been my celebration
Whoop, whoop,
moment,
whoop.
whatever, whatever. And
Yeah.
I sent a text message to, those that would be like, yeah, congratulations, my day ones or whatever.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, this shit don't feel like I thought it was gonna feel. And
Mm-hmm.
like, I went into this year like, man, whatever. As long as I make my money than I made last year, whatever. Did have
Yeah.
I made more money than I made last year? Hell no. I mean, I hit my, six figure, but the year that I mean the number that I ended the year with last year, I'm not going. It's not gonna happen this.
But stuff changes,
But
life
but when
changes,
I
life
tell y'all,
happens.
like I was on a mission last year. Like I was on my shit last year. But this
Yeah.
year I just been like, man, whatever it is whatever it's gonna be. Cause like I said, that number, it didn't feel like what I thought it was gonna feel like when I hit it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this
No,
year
I
Now,
definitely
I'm
but
do.
we
just
but we had
coasting.
those conversations, right? We had that conversation to where last year that was your goal.
Right.
This year you didn't have that goal, Like each year my goal is to do a little more than I did last year. So at least I know
Same.
like the number goal. Like I need to do
Same.
a little more than what I did last year. Now, I want the revenue and the profit to be a lot higher. Like
Mm-hmm.
Right.
we can make that number. But expenses are equally going to be up there too, which
Yeah.
sucks. So how
Yeah, the
do
more
I
money you make, the more money you got to spend to make it.
right?
Man,
So
what are
it's
you
like,
saying?
do I either do how do I cut expenses or do I make more money? Like it's like that's the thing. So it's like I know with our conversations, it's like you didn't really solidify
I didn't have
what you
really any
wanted
business
this.
goals other than make more
Yeah,
money than I made last year. But that's a
yeah,
very vague goal, especially when you're not doing
exactly.
nothing in order to make more money than you made
Yeah,
last year. Because
you
I
Yeah.
got to
wasn't
be
willing to
specific.
work that hard this year either. Like,
Yeah.
'cause what?
But
When I tell
it
y'all
it
I was
does get you to see
10,
it. Yeah, it does get you to
like
see
I
like
had just
what more effort looks like.
like
Yeah.
I had just broke
What
up with
that
a
looks like.
dude. So I was like, "Urgh.
It,
Let's
it
go
was
make
it
this
was a
money.
revenge. It was a revenge six
Let's go
figures.
redirect this focus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
It be like that though. Cause
you
that's how
know,
I feel like with
some
2023, it was definitely like my revenge year.
I was told that, this person didn't want to be my business partner because I ain't make enough money. Okay, I'll show you. I
Right.
will show you.
Yeah.
See, I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say, like, you beat me to it because, like, that was the thing. He
I was in
told you that you
machine.
couldn't do it.
Hmm.
Mm.
He
But
told you that you couldn't do it.
that's why I have this business because somebody told me that I didn't have nothing in my name.
Yeah. And see, now I'm telling you, you ain't
I'm
gonna
just
make
living out of
nothing.
spite out here.
I'm
You
telling
ain't
you, you
gonna make
can't make
nothing
another six
next year.
figures.
No, you ain't gonna do nothing next year. Yeah. You ain't.
Yeah.
I'm just working out of spite up here.
No, definitely.
See, I
I
take
like
you
it
serious. I
too.
can't even. No, but you know what, and that's the thing. It's like that motivates you. That's why
Fueled
it
by
motivates you
hate
to work so hard.
and
Yeah. Oh yeah.
frustration.
I'm doing
No,
8 dogs
same.
every day. I'm doing 10 dogs every day. And I'm going up on prices. If they
Yep.
don't rock with me, I'm finding somebody else to. But guess what? I'm going to do it anyway
Yeah,
because I'm
that was me
going to
last
No,
hit
year.
that's
those
serious.
numbers and those
That's
goals.
literally what it is.
Like
Like
there's a
everything
fire
changed in my
inside of you
business
because
too.
somebody said you couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything that I've changed in my business is
And this
probably
year I've
because
been living
somebody
in
told me.
peace, so I ain't make no money.
But that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Know
Sometimes
how to
you
make
need those
money in
years, I
peace.
feel like.
I guess so. No, she's comfortable. Comfortable.
I
Get
need
uncomfortable.
therapy.
Get uncomfortable again. Like, no, I need that. Nah, we uncomfortable, Talisa. Okay. We
Yeah.
need to get real uncomfortable because look, we gotta make this money.
It ain't
Okay.
nothing like it, yo.
Uh and
Because
but
it did not
it's
get
like,
made this year.
how
It's
do
nothing
we
like
what
grind mode.
yeah. But I mean, now in real like all right, in retrospect, in hindsight, and we'll get out of here soon. In hindsight, now it's like because you were living in peace this year, and last year was more so a goal of I'm gonna show up and show out and show you, you know, where do you feel like your balance was with both? Because last year was like you still had to be gym mom.
Hmm.
You still had to go on trips. You still had to do the things that you needed to do. This year is like maybe a little more lax, but you still had the same responsibilities as last year. So it's like, how do you feel like balance wise compared to both
Well,
you?
I will say my expenses changed, which is why the revenue it's more like a ratio thing, honestly. Because I'm making the money, but like comparatively, it's just not there. Um, but honestly, I have no clue. I have no clue. All of my personal goals I hit though. So there's something to be said about that, I reckon.
Yeah.
But
See, give yourself some flowers there. You just talking about I
um,
ain't hit no goals this year. You see?
but we talking business. We talking business.
Yeah,
Um,
y'all get into my personal life too. Nah, we talking everything,
but
talking life
we wasn't
No, but
talking. We talking about as
we
it
are talking
relates.
about work-life balance. So work
But
life it
I
includes personal.
did I did hit all my personal goals this year, which I am
Okay.
very happy about considering that the year ain't over yet.
Yeah.
But this might have been just a me year, you know what I'm saying?
And there's nothing wrong with that though. Like
Yeah, no, it's
I've
As
fine.
long
had
as the
years
bills
like
pay,
that.
who cares? That might be this
Hey,
year.
Yeah,
I'm
my
saying,
goal my goal next year is to do me things and travel more.
Mm,
You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like sometimes you do have to have a me year, especially when you've been working your butt off, and
yeah,
especially when you set things up in order for you to have a me year. You know what I mean? Like for real, like because I think I'm right along with you though, Talisa. On this year, I mostly accomplished a lot of my personal goals of just really doing a lot of things on my own and really just trusting God. You know what I mean? And not trusting
amen.
in my own understanding or my own ability to do things and you know what I mean and stressing myself out because I didn't reach this goal by a certain time, and it's just like, nah, I'm just gonna let it happen because it's going to happen. Like opportunities always come to me. I'm always gonna have things that are going on. Like I've never, since I became an entrepreneur, I've never not had a year where I didn't have opportunity. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
so it's just like I put unnecessary pressure on myself for nothing.
yeah.
Um, but even like posting more, like that was a goal of mine. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like even something I make even the little wins bigger things because it's just like sometimes we be focused on some of the big stuff and I just be like, man, the little wins are cool too. For real. It's just like I feel like that is the part of
You're
balance. That's the part of getting back to the balance
for
of
sure.
like celebrating everything, and doing things that work on the personal life and the business life because the entrepreneurs we focus a lot on the business part, but the personal part is very important too. For real. Being happy and being like you said at peace and being sane and like having a home to come to that that you're comfortable in, having maybe a car that you really like and enjoy to drive, like you know what I mean? Like
That's a good
getting
one.
your finances together all the way. Like, those are all personal goals.
Right. The lights are still on. There's food in the
Right.
fridge. Kids happy.
Yep.
I got clothes on my back. I ain't got no leaky roof. Like it's
Right.
look, I could get up and get in my car and go. Like those are definitely goals for sure. Like
Mhm.
rebooked 2 appointments today. I
Yep.
had appointments today.
Hmm.
It's still celebrating those small things
Yep.
because hey, you got to give yourself some grace.
We do.
Got to give yourself some grace. I'm working on it.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
We just
Not
will
not
continue to
Mr.
be friends.
Affirmations himself.
I mean,
I
yeah,
would
I'll say
think I would
mine.
think if any of us is like sewing into ourselves, it'd be y'all too.
Yeah.
Now, I got
Y'all
my
is the power
affirmations
of the
tattooed.
tongue people.
Okay,
We
I
really
got my
are.
affirmations tattooed on me. Okay, I got affirmations right here on my board. I'm there. You know, but
I say them
also,
every
I'm
morning.
here.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yo.
I'm here.
I just it's but I can say and open up the realm of the law of attraction for all of the things that I want in life. I
Yeah.
can say it, I can prepare for it, I can make moves for it, but that's the thing. I can't be stagnant and just
Mm-mm.
expect it to happen. So
No.
I have to make sure that
Manifestation
I'm
doesn't happen without action.
exactly. So
Yeah.
I have to make moves. I got to do something. And I never know. And like I know y'all was giving me crap about it earlier. I never know. Maybe that one email or that one text message or that one phone call or that one check or that one thing can help me get to where things need to be. And granted, some of them may be okay with getting answered later. Some of them can get answered right
He's
then and
giving us
there.
excuses right now again, Talisa. If you didn't recognize it, that's what he's doing
Well,
now.
okay,
He's
that might be,
justifying
but
it right now.
you never know. You never know.
Look,
So it's like,
them people who sending them emails are the same people that when they get ready to take their week-long, 2-week vacation, they
Part.
gonna put an away message. Sorry, we're out of
I can
office at
afford
this
it.
time. We will get back to you on this day.
We're not
Well, at least,
available.
at least they saw that I answered, and I'll follow up.
Yo, I can't. I
No
can't,
bueno.
man.
No bueno.
It's okay, Wayne. We'll just continue to be your friends and stay on your behind about work-life balance. And that is the conclusion
Thanks.
for the night, ladies and gentlemen.
Obviously.
Thanks. Y'all are
That
the
is
y'all
a
are the best
losing
accountant.
battle.
Y'all are the best accountability partners a man could ever ask for. Thank you.
Always. You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Wayne was
Now I'm
mad
good.
at me when I was holding him accountable.
I'm gonna go
He
drink.
was mad at me too.
He was like, "You ain't gotta be mean to me.
Yeah,
You
he
ain't
was
gotta
mad at
be
me too.
rude."
Hmm.
Because you were mean and rude that day.
I'd be like, oh, so you don't want to,
But
you
did
just
I
don't want to
lie?
do it.
No, but I'm still your friend. Okay. But you were
Yeah,
mean and rude. Okay. I
we are
talk to
still
me
friends,
softly.
which is why I
Okay.
said that.
I have feelings too.
I don't
That
talk to
Wayne got
nobody
mad at me
nice. You
one
want me to
time
bring
when
my
I
kid
told
back in
him,
here? I don't talk to nobody nice.
look, Wayne got mad at me one time when I told him he couldn't get that $1 million property across from Piedmont Park.
Listen,
He was
I
mad at
don't
me. I'm like, what the hell you
I don't
mad
like
for? I'm trying to save
trying to
you.
raise $3 million was
I don't
the
like this energy.
craziest shit.
This is way before the Happy Hearts that is
I don't
in
like I don't like this
downtown.
energy.
I'm like,
I need I need people around me that's gonna say, yeah, you can raise
No. But
$2
that's
million
why, but
dollars
that's
in a
why I was
weekend.
saying, Wayne,
Okay.
you need to get Happy Heart to be great. You need to become a
Yeah.
staple in your
a
community. And
franchise, like I've been
then you
telling
can
you.
go and raise 1 million, 3 million, 12 million, $100 million in your
Yeah.
community. But you
For
gotta
sure.
build the
With
community first.
OPM, with
You,
other people's money,
Oh,
not
yeah.
Wayne's
1000%.
money. That's what we're working on.
It's just
OPM.
levels. It's just steps you
Yes.
gotta take before you
Wayne trying to raise the money his damn self. And look, God is trying to tell you, he don't want you to raise the money yourself. He wants you to use other people's money. There's people out
Yeah.
there that want to be like, here you go, Wayne. Here's my money. Please help me open up a Happy Hearts. Or here, I want to help you open up a Happy Hearts. Other
You know
people's
what? And it's
money.
funny you say
I
that.
still I still want to see the gala happen. That's just
Me
me.
too.
It
Me
will. I
too.
feel like it will eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, here we are a whole year later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
a lot has happened.
no, for real, for real.
Yeah. But
For
I feel like Atlanta in general though, speaking of work-life balance, that's also another thing on our list, right? I feel like Atlanta in general this year has gone a lot further as far as being consistent of really like pouring into people. We have a lot of people that have accomplished a lot of goals in the pet industry by joining Petlanta and was able to utilize our resources. And even the weekly calls on
that's good.
Wednesday. Like I don't know if you've been
Yeah.
on well you was on it recently, Talisa. Like our weekly calls now are they growing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're diversifying, okay? Like we have people talking about all different subjects. I feel like it's more like open of an open dialogue now. I feel like people they come there because they know they can come there and vent. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they
And
know
be
they can
able to
come
just
there
talk. Yeah.
and be around like-minded individuals, and that's what we wanted. So
Yeah.
I
I
feel like
do
we
love
made some
that you guys
serious
have
goals.
created a safe space for pet pros.
Yeah, yeah, I feel like we did a lot this year with Petlanta. We have to give ourselves, you know what I'm saying? We have to give
Some
ourselves some
flowers,
kudos
some
for that.
grace.
Yeah, some flowers for
And
that.
Petlanta has put on some fun events this year.
So
Yeah.
fun.
And if you missed
Yeah.
out, oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean next year is gonna be even better too, because now I see some of them definitely turning into annual things. So,
Yeah, definitely.
we were just really seeing what works and what people attend and what they support.
Mhm.
But we definitely have some annual programs based off of past events and
Yeah.
support and feedback. So I'm
But you know
excited
what?
about it.
You know what we'll see our gala? I'm gonna tell you when we'll see our gala. We will see our gala when the IRS finally gives our official 501(c).
Yeah,
Okay.
So when we get that, that's when we'll see our gala because that's something we can display everywhere and then more people will want to participate.
for sure.
You know what I
For sure.
mean? So
And
I feel
and
like that's when
and
it.
yeah, and it's funny you say that because a lot of people don't realize that you can have a state nonprofit
Mm-hmm.
organization.
Yep.
Like you can build an organization and have it as a nonprofit on the state level, and
Mm-hmm.
it'll still be a tax write-off for certain organizations, but they want to see that 501
That federal
status.
level. Yep.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's where you get more tax breaks, you get more tax deductions and more tax,
Yep.
freedom, but you can still support your state level nonprofits too,
Right.
but
Right.
people don't, realize that there are two different
Entities. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
levels to
Yeah.
it. So it's
But
like
yeah.
now we're working on getting it to that federal level to where we can get more help and more impact around the country too. So
Yeah. Because those
yeah,
corporate companies, like the corporate companies, they like the federal level.
yeah, for sure.
And that's just what
For
it is.
sure. It's easy,
Mm-hmm.
it's easier to navigate and explain for the most part
Right.
on that level. But yeah. But anyway, all right. Do y'all have any lasting words for our listeners and viewers?
F work life balance.
I was
Man,
gonna say
Nah,
F
I'm joking.
get money.
Yeah.
F get money.
Right.
thank you for the edited version.
No, but I mean, work-life balance is it definitely is a thing that it's a goal on all of our lists. And you
Mhm.
can achieve it if you work hard and create boundaries and make priorities. Because
Yeah,
remember, as entrepreneurs, priorities are only what we make it. So we make certain things a priority, then they will be. If we don't, they don't. Period.
yeah. No,
Yep.
100%.
Yeah, just keep your why in mind. Why you got started. Just keep that in mind when you're moving and when you're scaling and escalating and when you're reevaluating and, shifting gears and rebranding, because all of these things are going to happen in entrepreneurship. So just keep your why in mind so you don't lose your integrity in the process.
I like that.
1,000%. And so I have three things, right? So it first to me would be It's okay to rebuild balance if you lost it, because you have to take time for you, and you have to, in the beginning, of course, we try to hustle and bustle and grind till the wheels fall off. But at some point, you have to slow down because your body will tell you to slow down, and your body will tell you to sit down, and you have to listen to your body.
And baby, if
Number
you don't
two,
listen, it will make you.
it
Oh
will make you.
man. Yeah.
Number two, give yourself some grace. When we work out, when we work all the time and do things and we're aiming for that next goal, we don't give ourselves enough grace to say, you have done enough this year. It's okay. You're good. You're good. You're
Yeah.
good. You know? And then last is always have some type of system in place so that you can take time for yourself. If you don't have any systems in place, you're always going to feel like you have to have your hands in everything, and you're always going to have to feel like you have to control every aspect of every business.
Make
So
sure you put that one on your
systems,
whiteboard behind you, Wayne.
yeah, that's right there. It's one of my goals. It's more better systems. Always have a system in place to help you achieve the level of success that you want to achieve, and everything else will fall into place. So
That's true.
otherwise, thank y'all for listening and watching another edition of the PETx podcast. We
Thank you,
will
TikTok
see.
followers.
Thank you, TikTok. Absolutely. If you're looking for a community to join, definitely check out the PETx Network at thepetxnetwork.com. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at petlanta.inc and the PETx Network on Instagram. And when you do watch this video, leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, let people know what we have going on, because we want to be able to impact others in the pet industry. And we want y'all to know that you are not by yourself when it goes down in entrepreneurship. This journey is not a journey done alone. And in order for you to get to where you need to be in life and in success within your organization, you have to have others that help lift you up. You could be your own cheerleader, but it's fun when you have other people supporting you too. So, till
Yeah.
next time,
Bye, y'all.
peace.